What's going on? How are you? Welcome into the 411. Hey. Where are you calling from? Honey scrubbing stuff. Where are you calling from? So welcome into the 411 podcast tonight. We have a very special guest tonight, my friend, Miss Regina, aka Honestly Vegan. So can't wait to speak to her. Can't wait to get caught up, see all of the great things that's going on in her wonderful world. So right now, I need y'all to check me out, like, comment, share. Most important, tag your friends and invite them inside the 411 podcast because you never know. We're going to have a great show tonight. Good messages, positivity. You never know who might need something. So go ahead and tag your friends and share this video and all that great stuff. So we have Ohio in the house. Sigma Zone Productions. What's going on? Where are you calling from? I also want to say what's up to everybody out there on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, D Live, Twitch, whatever room you're in. I just want to say thank you so much for coming through. I definitely do appreciate you. We're going to get right on in to the song of the day. I want to say a very special happy birthday to Mr. LL Cool J. So I want all of the lovers in the house, people who were once in love, people who are in love, people who are going to be in love, whatever the case may be. I want y'all to remember this song from 1995, Hey Lover, LL Cool J, featuring Boyz II Men, off of the Mr. Smith album. Again, very special. Happy birthday to Mr. LL Cool J, and shout out to all of the lovers in the house because you never know. Hey Lover, LL Cool J. What's going on, y'all? People out there on Instagram, thank you so much for joining. We have Honestly Vegan coming in tonight. So this girl can cook. She do a lot of good things. So we're gonna talk all about all of that great stuff. But yeah, it's been a minute since I heard that song, Hey Lover. And you know, he has so many songs. I mean, LL's been around, true legend. And I was thinking, what song am I gonna play? We gonna go left or we gonna go right? But I was just thinking about, the zone that I'm in right now. After all of the hell and all of the drama, we can appreciate a song like Lover today. So that's where we at right now. All right. So now again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody out there who supports. Whether you come in for 5 minutes, you come in for 10, you come in and check out just for the burning questions, you watch the replays the next day. I just want to say thank you so much. I appreciate everybody. Last night we had a great show on Reading Between the Wines with my girl Vileen Jackson. I was sipping on that good old Sun Goddess from the Hip Hop Soul. I only had a little bit and I was already twisted. For some reason, I don't know what's up, but that wine is, y'all need to check it out. Check out Sun Goddess Wine, of course, from the Queen of Hip Hop Soul. You're really the number one fan here, speaking some truth, and the wine is definitely it's on point. Jason T. Davis, all the way from Los Angeles, thank you for continuous showing love and support. Mr. Robert Stubblefield from Maryland. Lash Mavericks Essential, thank you for joining. Kristen, YRE, Hair Growth Products, y'all definitely check them out as well. I believe they're from Atlanta, yeah. LOS, thank you for coming through. Coffee and Combos with Liz. I'm going to actually be on her podcast coming up in a couple weeks. So thank you for coming through. Danny from My Survivor Voice, true supporter. Thank you so much. Y'all go ahead and check out My Survivor Voice podcast as well. Nordia from Shea of Heaven and recording artist Donna Allen. Thank you so much for coming through and supporting as well. So last night we talked about what happens when it comes to life after death. Do you believe in life after death? Is there reincarnation? Do you believe that people have to go through and relive this life again? So if they didn't do things properly, or I don't really want to say it that way, but if they had some mishaps or they had some shakeups and they just didn't get it right, do you believe that these individuals who pass on, they have to come back and relive it and do it all over again? That's basically the question that I was asking. So when it comes to when people pass on, if they didn't get it right the first time, do you believe that they have to come back and relive the situation again in a different form, in a different, way? What do you feel when it comes to when people pass on? If they didn't quite get it right the first time, do they have to go ahead and take this test again? Thank you so much, V. What's going on? How you doing? Thank you for coming on in here tonight. Definitely do appreciate you. We got a good show tonight. Now, key word that I want to speak about tonight is protect. You know, when it comes to protect, we have to keep it safe. We got to keep whatever we're trying to protect from harm, from injury. We have to preserve. We got to stop people from hunting down whatever we're protecting. We have to stop people from trying to collect and take what is ours. And definitely we got to stop people from trying to take something that's ours and trying to build and spin off and, you know, make something out of what we have started. So I don't know what you're protecting, whether it's your energy, whether it's your peace, whether it's your heart, whether it's your mind, whether you're running and you're trying to protect your soul from whatever. Keyword tonight is protect. So what are you protecting? What are you keeping from harm? What are you keeping from injury? What are you stopping from being hunted down, being collected, somebody snatching it and trying to turn around and develop something in their own way after something that you have started, you have created, something that is yours? What are you protecting tonight? Let me go ahead and reach out to my special guest, Miss Regina, Honestly Vegan, and find out exactly what she's protecting tonight.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Larry?
Not much. Welcome to the 411. Welcome back. I definitely appreciate you for coming on.
Thank you for having me again.
Yes,
I love
yes.
being here.
Family. So, keyword tonight is protect. So, I have a question. I want to know, what are you protecting?
What am I protecting?
Mm-hmm.
Whew, my peace, my sanity, my heart, my mindset. the,
Mm,
the list goes on, but mainly I'm protecting my peace.
I agree.
My peace above anything else, above everything else.
Mm. When we were on the phone earlier today and I said, oh, I got it, you gave me the word. That was it. I quickly wrote it down, and protect definitely was it because, my mind frame, where I'm at today, I was telling you that, every day ain't a perfect day. Sometimes we got
Mm-hmm.
ups and downs, and I have to remember that while we do have these ups and downs, I have to learn how to protect every single thing that I have, because if I don't, I ain't gonna be no good to nobody.
Exactly.
Nobody at all.
Exactly.
Mm,
I try to tell people that. You got to protect what you hold dear because at the end of the day, if you don't take care of you and your needs, how are you going to take care of the people who are depending on you.
Mm.
But for you, how are you going to take care of your guests and your fan base if you're not taking care of you and protecting what you hold dear, which is your mindset?
Yes. I mean, we got to be so very careful, and it's so easier said than done. But we have to be so careful with who we allow into our mental space. So, I was sharing with you
Exactly.
earlier that, I get a little nervous sometimes because, I've been through it. I ain't trying to do it. I ain't trying to do it again. Because yeah. So protect that peace. I like that. I
Yeah,
like that.
at all costs.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, what's been new with you? What's going on?
Well, what's going on with me? For those of you out there, if you're not following me, go ahead and follow Larry. But yeah, so I made a post about becoming a homeowner.
Oh yeah.
So that was a really up and down, turbulent time for us,
Mm.
because we really had to focus on that. So the second cookbook and all the merchandise and everything that was due to come out this month,
Mm-hmm.
had to be put on hold. And I did get a little, discouraged because those were some things that I was focused on doing and I had a timeline.
Mm-hmm.
But of
Mm-hmm.
course,
That's it.
your
Yeah.
timeline and God's timeline is
Mm-hmm.
never the same.
And I wouldn't be discouraged because there were some projects that I was supposed to put out simultaneously with my book and stuff, but it didn't work
Mm-hmm.
out. And then as I sit back and I'm like, well, I guess I'm glad that it didn't work out. You knew better than I did because hell, I'm still trying to focus on the book now. I couldn't imagine if I had this flowing and that flowing and that flowing. So you
Right.
get into your
Right.
home, get situated, and something
Mm-hmm.
probably is going to pop off and be 10 times than what you thought, and you will sit back and be like, see, I'm glad that
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. I agree because I would have been like, I would have gotten frustrated,
Mm-hmm.
upset, and overwhelmed because I would have been doing too much.
Mm.
I would have been trying to do all these things
Mm-hmm.
and look for a house and acquire a home. And I would have been, I couldn't even imagine. That whole process is stressful enough. But can you imagine putting 3 or 4 other things on
Mm-hmm.
top of that?
No.
I mean, you've been there. You know how that process works.
Well, we gonna talk about it a little bit because I want to know. I know you do the right thing, and you're you, you know saved and everything, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's. I'm telling you, that's a testimony.
So
That's
I
a
want.
testimony time.
So I want to know. Was there any moments during this process where you had to cuss somebody out, or you almost did?
I would have to say yes, and that's because I'm human and I
Mm-hmm.
want to be transparent, and I'm not the type of person to sit here and play the role of a Christian. No, I am a Christian. I am human. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna get upset. I'm gonna, get really livid. There was points where we were dealing with one company,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not naming any names, but we just felt like certain people in the company was prejudice,
Mm-hmm.
and I literally broke. Shout out to my nephew Fletcher Johnson, Keller Williams Realty. I literally broke, and I was like, nephew, I'm done. I can't take it. Forget it. It's a wrap. Like I just literally lost it, and it's not that I was going off on him.
Mm-hmm.
I was just fed up with the
The situation.
whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
it should not take 2 months. Like,
Oh.
we should not be
Oh.
in the
Okay.
underwriting
Yeah.
process for
Yeah.
2 months.
So
That's ridiculous.
So you went through like almost some of the same things I did. So I signed my paperwork in December and I didn't move into my house until February the following year.
Wow. Yeah.
Hmm. And then, and then the night that we were going to go ahead and move in, I didn't even have the full keys to the house. It was all kinds of
Oh
mess.
wow.
Um, Closing took like a full 8 hours.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, it was some crazy mess.
Yeah. So it's like I said, it depends on who you get, who you're working with. But like I said, that first lending process just had me about to really pull my hair out. There are so many moments where I cried, where I wanted to give up, and I'm being honest. There were
Hmm.
moments when I was like, Lord, what, like what? Like,
Mm.
am I not doing everything you want me to do? Am I not doing, it's like, how it says in the Bible, oh Lord, I've prophesied in your name, I've done miracles in your name, I've done this, I've done this. And he's like, yeah, and
Right.
department, I just felt like, what is it? I'm doing all the things, Lord. And it came to me. He was like, yeah, you're doing all the things. You're going through the motions, but I'm not getting no glory in none of that. Like
Mm.
I really had to realize that I had to go through that, and I had to go and experience, that racism in certain areas. Because then in that moment, I realized, okay, I'm depending on you, and you got it. Whatever you say about this situation, I'm fine with it. I'm
Mm.
not gonna cry no more. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
scream no more. I'm not gonna get upset anymore. Lord, whatever your will is, let it be done. And then when we got another lender. From the new lender application process to closing only took 3 weeks.
Mm.
And on closing day, our paperwork, we were only there about 45 minutes. And then we had a check coming to us at closing.
Wow.
Yeah, so when God do it, He do it big.
Mm.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
had to learn. I had to learn that, Larry. I had to. I wasn't. I wasn't protecting my peace. I wasn't protecting my mindset. I was letting the enemy just like everything get me upset.
Mm-hmm.
Everything throughout the process was getting on my nerves and frustrating me and had me totally off balance and off focus.
Yeah. When you say sit in it and just go through the process, that's probably one of the hardest part. Like we're gonna go through the process. We're gonna be okay with it, whether it's working, whether it's not working. I'm
Mhm.
gonna sit still. I think that's one of the biggest challenges that we face living in the moment, you know,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
just going through it,
Yeah, that
whatever
was
the case may be,
the hardest part.
whether we having some good times, whether we having some bad times, I'm still
Mhm.
gonna sit and know that you ain't gonna steer me in the wrong direction.
Mhm.
I'll let you go
And
ahead and
isn't that hard for us as humans to just stop and be still?
it
Like
is.
that is like the hardest thing. Just stop and be still. Don't
Mm-hmm.
try to fix it. Don't try to figure it out. Don't try to put your hands to it. Just be still. Like that is the hardest thing.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm so glad that everything worked out well for you. That's
me
good.
too.
So now, what are you still in the same state, city? Did you move
Yeah,
completely?
still in the same state. Um, basically in the same city because these cities right here, like Fayetteville, Hope Mills, Fort Bragg, Spring Lake, they're all within spitting distance of each other.
Mm.
So yeah. Um, but it's a little bit further out, which I'm not mad about that at all. This is kind of the area that we wanted to be in, and the neighborhood is quiet, and all the neighbors, are friendly. Like we hadn't even moved in yet. We just had came out to the house just to look and measure some things, and everybody was speaking to us, and yeah, it's really great.
That's good. You have any neighbors come by and try to bake you a pie or something? Remember back in the day, people would do that.
Actually, no. But our neighbor across the street, he did come over, and our neighbor behind us. They introduced themselves, told us our names. Hey, if you need any help moving, unpacking, if you need anything, let us know.
If somebody came through right and baked a pie and gave it to you, would you eat it? No,
I would take it.
fresh in the neighborhood, right? You don't know nothing about them. Would you eat it?
Right. I would take it. No, let me tell you, because my father-in-law, Lord rest his soul, he used to be my pastor, and then my mother-in-law took over when he passed. But he used to always say, if somebody offers you something, take it. It doesn't matter if you go in the house and throw it in the trash. It doesn't matter if you get down the road and throw it out the window. But if somebody offers you something, you take it, because they are giving it from a place of love. And you need to receive it as love. You ain't got to keep it, but you need to receive it from a place. So if somebody showed up over here and they baked me a pie and welcomed me to the neighborhood, I take it, invite me in for a couple of minutes so we can chit chat, and then they be on their way. And I don't know, that pie might be in the trash.
That is so funny that you said that.
I have OCD when it comes to being in the kitchen and being clean, and yeah.
That is so
I
funny.
don't know.
You said throw it out the window. I forgot what happened, but somebody gave me something. And I took it, and I did exactly that. When I was driving down the road, I threw it out the window. I don't know what it was. I can't remember. But back in the day, I remember doing something like that.
Yeah, because, I've never been the type just to eat everybody's food. Because, when I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking, I'm usually singing or I'm usually praying when I cook, because I cook with love, and I want that person to feel the love when they eat my food. And everybody's not like that. Some people in the kitchen praying against you while they make me something.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, I'm human, and I'm just being transparent. And I'd be a liar if I sat here and say, oh yeah, everybody that gave me something, I took it and I ate it, and I was so happy and it was delicious. Because if it don't smell right, no sir. It ain't even making it to my table.
You ever have somebody sit here and say, ain't it good? Like try to make you say that the food is good?
Oh, yes.
Like speaking for you?
To make you come into agreement that it's good. Like, if they look at me and they be like, oh, ain't it good? I'd be like, it's different. I've never had it like this before.
You ain't right.
Oh, this is something new.
You are not right.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and lie. That's what we're not gonna do.
Oh, you are not right at all. I can't.
but I'm not gonna hurt your feelings. I would never intentionally hurt somebody's feelings, because you never know. They might have worked really, really hard, and put so much effort into it. So you don't want to crush them or make them feel bad. It's all about communication and a way to save face.
Speaking of
things out of love.
Speaking of cooking, I just want to tell you that it don't make no sense the way you be cooking. It really don't. I'll be looking at all of your videos and stuff like, because I don't eat meat. So I'll be like, damn, well, if she was close by, I'd be able to eat some of that good food. And I can't make it like how you make it. And I don't know how you do the videos and stuff, but that food ain't gonna come out like that if I make it.
You never know.
I was talking. You never know. I was talking to my friend earlier today, and I was like, "No, ain't nobody in this house gonna eat any of my food at all. They know better. Everybody else in here is meat eaters. They ain't eating no vegan nothing, no tofu nothing. They ain't doing it."
Right.
So.
Right. Right. But it's funny that you say that, because that was the whole concept with cookbook number 2 that I'm working on right now. That was the whole concept, because I did try to go vegan, like just straight up. I'm not eating meat. I don't want to kill animals. No. Yeah, that lasted for about a week. And then I went right back to eating meat, because I wasn't prepared. I didn't plan. I didn't, some people can just do that, but I couldn't. I had to transition, little by little. And so this second cookbook, which is going to be called So Deliciously Flexitarian, it's going to have like meat recipes, pescatarian, vegetarian, vegan, and low carb, because some people who might not necessarily give up meat, but want to eat a little more healthy, they might need that transition process that I went through in order to be successful.
I am a pescatarian. I've been for a year. Um,
Okay.
a year and a
That's
couple
good.
year and a couple months. But I see
Okay.
myself going down the vegan path only because if things work out well, the way I hope they do,
And they
what's
will.
going on, uh, YRE, hair growth. Um, I ain't cooking nothing. So my partner
Okay.
will be cooking vegan stuff. So I will see myself
Okay.
going down that path maybe in the future. Because
Okay.
like I said,
Okay. Well, there's
I
always
ain't
a possibility. So,
like I
you
said,
know.
I ain't cooking anything. I'll cook for myself, but I ain't cooking for other people.
Oh,
You know what
Lord.
I'm saying? Because listen, if it don't come out right, I can throw it in the garbage and keep it moving. Now, if it don't come
Right.
out right and I feed it to you, now that's a whole situation. Now you're gonna be talking crap and you're gonna be saying that I did
Actually, no.
this.
No. If you're partnered with your best friend,
Hmm.
your best friend will able to tell you out of love. Like my husband has told me, like he told me plenty of times. He'll eat something. He'll be like, "That was a new recipe." I'm like, "Yeah." He'll be like, "Yeah, don't do that no more."
Oh, see
I
now,
ate it. I ate it
no,
because I was hungry,
nope,
but yeah,
nope, nope, nope. See
leave that
me,
alone.
mm-mm. See me.
That's
If
what I said. Out of love,
if I
like
don't,
people, they can tell you out of love. Like that's not it.
mm-mm.
Try again.
I can't
I had
believe.
one of my clients tell me, "Oh, I got my food. You did a new recipe. It didn't look too good when I opened the container, but once I started eating it, I smashed it." And me
Mm-mm.
being a home cook or a chef, I feel bad because we eat with our eyes first. So when she looked at it and it didn't look good, what if she had to just throw it in the trash and not even taste it?
I need to back up to what your husband said. I'm not listening to you. So me,
But he will say that.
I
So he's
can't.
like, "Big yeah, that's not it. Try it with something else."
Don't do it again.
Yeah, and I don't get mad. I appreciate
Mm.
that constructive criticism. I really do. I don't understand how you could be a chef but get offended when you make something that somebody doesn't like. Because every palate and taste bud, every palate is different. Taste buds are different, so everybody's not going to like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be able to take that criticism and use it to move forward to better yourself.
I hear you. I hear you
Yeah,
for a
but
little.
me, I cook every day, so
I hear you for a little bit, but I have a question here.
what's that?
How do you think that you would interact in Hell's Kitchen?
Oh wow. First, well, I don't know. I mean, that environment tends to be really hostile,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
like really hostile. And I'm the type of person. I'll be the type of person to say, "Hold up,
I
I'm gonna
know
need
it.
you to take it down a notch." I'll be walking around that kitchen, be like, "Lord, thank you for your peace in this place," and they'll probably be looking at me like, "What in the world?"
What would you do if Gordon Ramsay was 2 inches away from your face carrying on like he do?
I'll probably bust out laughing and be like, "Yes, Joe Sergeant," because I mean, being an Army veteran, I mean, that's
Oh
how it is
yes.
in the
Okay.
military. Like, so
Mhm.
to me, I look at him in that kitchen.
Mm.
He's just like a drill sergeant with a bunch of soldiers screaming and yelling at the top of their lungs, trying to intimidate somebody, not necessarily to break somebody down,
Mm-hmm.
but just trying to intimidate them to help them develop some tough skin and suck it up and make it happen.
See, I couldn't be in that environment because it will be really called Hell's Kitchen with all that fire and that
Yeah,
grease and
yeah. Now
everything else flying
the
around.
old me would have cussed him out 7 ways to Sunday. That old man. I put on that new man now, but that old man, yeah,
That is
would
funny.
have cussed him out and walked out and not thought two things about it.
Oh my goodness.
See, Larry, that's the thing. People look at us, Christians, but they don't realize we not was just saved. We had a past,
Yeah.
And a lot of us Christians don't want to tell people that. They don't want to share that. They don't want nobody to know that. But some people need to hear that to give them hope that it does get better. Yeah.
I feel that. I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
So now, real quick, I need to know, what is your favorite thing to cook? Like your favorite dish or protein or whatever?
Well, honestly, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But real quick, I would have to say I love cooking enchiladas. I definitely have to say enchiladas because that is one dish that is so versatile. Because I can make enchiladas for me with some TVP, textured vegetable protein. Or I can make it for my husband and my family with ground turkey or ground chicken. Or I can make it for those clients who like beef. I can make it for them, with ground beef. Or I can make it with, chicken breast. Or I can, it's just so many ways that you can do enchiladas. You can bake them. You can roll them and flour them and fry them. Like, it's just so versatile. There's just so many ways to do it. So that's one of my favorites.
Now I'm going to tell you. You ain't going to like what I have to say.
Uh-oh. What you about to say?
I don't like them.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I don't like them. I don't like really burritos, really. That soft shell type stuff.
But ain't nothing wrong with that.
I know.
It ain't. But don't you hate when you tell somebody, "No, I don't like that," and they be like, "Well, you just ain't had it the way I made it." No, if they don't like it, if they don't like it, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my favorite thing to cook would be enchiladas. My favorite thing to bake, I love baking cupcakes.
Oh, okay. Now this here. Now this is one thing I will get upset about. This really will upset me. Now I have a question now. When it comes to cookies, because this is very important, do you like your cookies hard or do you like them soft?
I like them both. I try to get the clear. They have like a little bit of a crunchy exterior, a crunchy edge, but when you break it, it's still like kind of soft in the middle.
Okay. Like we can meet halfway. But I will tell you one thing that will literally, I don't know why it bothers me, but don't be sitting in front of me eating no damn cookies and you crunching on it and it sound like you eating some damn Captain Crunch. We got a problem. We have a major problem. And I don't want to be sitting there crunching on no damn hard cookies. And it's something that just irks me.
Isn't that annoying though?
It irks me so bad.
Like, good gracious, do I need to give you some milk? Do you need to pop them in the microwave for a couple seconds? Like, that is annoying. I
can't take it. Anybody that's eating hard cookies around me, it literally will piss me off and I'll have to walk out and leave.
Like, I mean, I get it.
Cookies are supposed to be soft, warm. I'll eat the cookie dough straight up.
Oh,
you ain't supposed to, but I do.
But if it's the vegan cookie dough mix, you can. There's no eggs in it.
Let me tell you, when I when I bake my cookies, let's say how long you put cookies in, how long you supposed to put them in general.
In general, I do mine between 8 and 12 minutes, depending on what kind I'm making.
You know how long?
8 to 12 minutes.
You know how long I will put mine on then for? If you said 8 to 12, mine gonna be in the oven between 2 and 4 minutes. I'm telling you the truth.
So what are you just eating raw dough warmed up?
Straight up. Sure am. That's my cookies right there.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, if that's what you like, I love it.
I make the best cookies. They look like they done, but when you bite on
Uh
them, all cookie dough on the inside. Oh my goodness.
huh.
So I understand that you recently won.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. For those of you guys who don't know, her IG is Sadie Says It All.
Now I gotta
They
look this
have
up.
their own network, and so she did a Women Behind the Business Awards, and I won the category for Best Chef and Caterer.
So
So
now
I was amazed.
I'm looking this up. Sadie, Sadie.
Uh huh.
Oh, I see it right here. Okay.
Uh huh.
Oh, I'm sitting here following her and didn't even realize it. I told you some of the stuff. It'd just be flying right on by.
Yeah, you know how social media works.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They only they only try to feed you what they want you to see. You know.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that. All right. So
Yeah, so
now,
it was amazing. I was nominated, and I was just honored to be nominated. Didn't even know I had won. I didn't know that night I had won. I didn't find out I won until the next day.
mm, and then now you got something coming up soon with January 27th.
Yeah, so she um, she's gonna interview me, and then I'm gonna be cooking while she interviews me. I will have a time very soon, and I will make sure I post it on my feed and add it to my story so everybody knows the exact time. And I'm just thankful for the opportunity. And Laren, I cannot wait until I start doing interviews on
Uh,
my end while I'm cooking because I would love to have you
yes.
on.
I was just about to get ready to ask. I was getting ready to wrap up by saying congratulations. Now, when am I coming to cook with you? Because that was the next thing. But
Well, like I said, the whole home ownership process is basically like everything is 3.5 months behind because I was so focused on that.
mhm,
But the projected new release date for the cookbook and the merchandise is Earth Day of this year, which is April 22nd. It's on a Friday, which everybody knows the first cookbook I dropped Earth Day last year. So
mhm,
after April 22nd, which is Earth Day, I am going to start planning either a couple weeks before or a couple weeks after to start having guests on to interview and just sit down and chit chat with me while I cook.
mm, that's real dope. I like
You know,
that.
just
I
just to get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah, cause I can't cook nothing.
You can't cook, bring you just sit there, you talk to me. I'm gonna ask you some burning questions, and you can sip your wine if you so desire. You can talk about some up and coming things that you're doing, and just what 2022 has in store for you.
Lots of great things.
Yeah,
Sometimes I
so
have to pinch myself because it's only been a couple weeks, right? It's
right,
been a week,
exactly,
right? A week,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, it's only been 2 weeks, and I just want to remind you and to remind everyone,
Hmm.
speaking from experience now,
Hmm.
delay does not mean denied. The house was delayed, but we still got it. The cookbook, merchandise, all the
Mm.
things that I wanted to do is delayed, but
Hmm.
God never denies you anything. He will give you the desires of your heart because that's in His
Mm.
Word.
Yeah, that is the truth.
Yeah.
Speaking of desires of your heart, you about to get me into some trouble here.
Uh oh.
Do you think it's possible for somebody to fall in love within 2 weeks? Or is that being
Yes.
superficial?
No, I think it's possible. I think that it's possible. I always when I talk to somebody or I speak on something, I always speak from a place of experience. Because when I met my husband, number one, I wasn't looking for anybody per se. I
Mm-hmm.
had just got out of a relationship, and I was just trying to focus on, raising my 3 kids, work, school, church. Like I was just really trying to focus, and I was so focused that it just came out of nowhere. And I met him, and he just made me laugh. And I remember telling myself that I haven't laughed in a long time. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
laughed or been happy in a
Mm-hmm.
really long time. And I had only known him for 2 or 3 weeks, and I knew he was the one. Like I was head over heels, like
Mm-hmm.
head over heels. And I remember we were outside the church. He was standing on the sidewalk, and he looked at me. And he said, "What are you looking for?" I said, "I'm looking for a husband." And
Oh.
he busted out laughing. He said, "What? Yeah, I'm looking for a husband. I'm not looking to play no games. I ain't got time to play no games. I'm not looking for nobody to kick it with, chill with. I'm looking for a husband. I'm looking for my best friend." And he
Mm.
said, "All right now." And we just kind of laughed. But yeah, 2 weeks in, I was head over heels. He just made me laugh, and we could just joke and just talk for hours and hours, literally about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes and following in the back of my head. All of the things that you absolutely should have in the first place. Um, so congratulations on that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Still
Thank you.
going
Thank you.
strong. And I truly
Thank
believe
you.
that you really should be somebody's friend first. And, you know,
hmm
love
So that
lessons.
lays the foundation.
Hmm.
Friendship lays the foundation for long lasting love and relationship.
And I think you need to know the good, bad, and the ugly about a person, even if you don't like it. That's one thing that
hmm
I'm learning today. Like, I may not like what you have to tell me, but then I have to sit back and digest it and be like, okay, how do you handle this? Because you know how when somebody
hmm
says something that you don't want to hear and you dismiss them and you have an attitude or you do this, you do that, now it stops that person from ever opening up and sharing what they're
Exactly.
supposed to share with you because you dismissed it. So, because of all of
hmm
the stupid mistakes that I made in the past, I know full well that I have to remain open.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Because at the end of the day, you want that person to be able to be themselves for one, but for two,
Absolutely.
you want them to know that they can come to you about anything,
Hmm.
and there will be no judgment. There will be uh, no criticizing. There will be, no harsh words. That
Right.
they can come to you about anything, and they know that you are their safe place.
Hmm. Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
So now I got a burning question for you.
Okay.
So now we talked earlier about the ups and downs, peaks and valleys. Every day is not a perfect day. We go through
Mhm.
our journey. But does it feel like pressure for you to remain spiritually grounded? Or are you so into it and you've been in tune with yourself and practicing that it just comes naturally to you?
Well, I think in the beginning, I put unnecessary pressure on myself to be like this perfect Christian type, even though there is no perfect Christian because
Mm-hmm.
there is no perfect person because nobody's
Mm.
perfect. But I just put that pressure on myself trying to be something.
Mm-hmm.
But in the course of that, I realized that's another thing about, being an attribute of a phenomenal person. It's not just persistence and patience and things like that, but it's also just about planning and practice. If you practice what we call the Beatitudes of Christ, or if you practice these attributes, if you just practice them every day, eventually they become habit. And then eventually everything becomes natural and second nature. And you realize that you're doing this naturally without even thinking about it, you know? So you don't have to put up this facade. You don't have to feel pressure from other Christians or a Christian community to try to be this perfect person, because if you're trying to do that, you're going to fail every time. I'm human. I mess up every day. I repent every day. Every day is not great. Every day I don't have the best attitude, but I have learned to face things with a new eye and a positive outlook. Some of the days aren't so bad. And we got to stop having bad moments as, just as people in general, not just Christians, but we got to stop letting a bad moment turn into a bad day.
Yes.
You ever been in the grocery store and I'm saying sanctified Holy Ghost filled, but then I'm talking about, oh my God, they got one cashier and this person's so slow and yada, yada, yada. And next thing you know, I've carried that nasty attitude outside to my car. I've carried that nasty attitude to the teller at the bank, to the person at the gas station. Like, I just let that little moment make my whole day nasty, So it's you gotta be mindful. You can learn to just be mindful, be patient with yourself, allow yourself some grace, because you're gonna make mistakes, and just practice it every day. Then it'll come naturally.
Yeah, I like that. When I think about it coming naturally, I want to make sure that I'm always putting him first, always, and that obviously is the number one objective. But sometimes these little distractions can come in, and then you slip up and you forget to do this or you forget to do that. That's one thing that is disturbing to me sometimes, because when you go through some things and you done been pulled up, you have no choice but to thank him every single day, every 5 minutes, whatever you want to call it. I'm just talking about what I do. So when distractions come around, like you said, something can just throw you off course, and now you feel a certain way. You got an attitude because of whatever happened in the store, this or that, and that's not what it's about, because you are losing focus and you're letting all these distractions come in and dictate, your mindset. So I just always try to make sure, like, whatever I do, make sure that I put you first, and I understand, and I know whatever I go into, whatever situation I go into, you know.
Exactly. And we have to be, I guess the key word I would use is intentional. You have to be intentional. And, I've been in this faith walk a long time, but you know what, Larry? I have an alarm on my phone, my Bible app, every morning at 6:30. It goes off. Now I'm usually up about 5:30, sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning, but it goes off, and it says it's an alarm that goes off at 6:30, and it says reminding you to pray. So if I've been up already and I haven't even prayed, there's a reminder to pray. We have all this technology available to our fingertips.
Right.
So, okay, I have a reminder that tells me to make sure I pray. I have a reminder that tells me, to read my word. I have a reminder. You have to have reminders for things, because eventually you'll get to a point where you won't even need a reminder. It's automatic. And me, I'm not ashamed to say I need a reminder, because life gets hectic, life gets busy, and like you said, when life gets busy, what is the first thing to go?
Right.
that intentional quality time with Him.
Mm-hmm. And that's
So
the one
it's
thing.
okay to be reminded.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't ashamed. Yep, I got an alarm set for this, I got an alarm set for that. I'm not ashamed at all.
Well, I'm glad. Not that I was, the only one feeling a certain way, but I'm glad that you were able to share that because that'd be the one thing that really gets me. And I'll be like,
Hmm.
oh, I know you done brought me through all of this mess. I ain't forget about you. Please understand, know that I did not. you know.
Exactly. And we don't have to be like the Pharisees and Sadducees back in the Old Testament where we're doing this big, long, drawn out prayer in
Oh
front of
yeah.
everybody. You can be sitting in the car at the light. Lord, I thank you that all my lights have been green.
What?
Or Lord, thank you for today. Or what? I got an extra $10 in my account I didn't know about. Lord, I thank you. I mean, a prayer could be that simple.
Yeah.
Just saying thank you.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. This has been a great conversation. I really do appreciate you for coming on. Congratulations on the home, the
Thank
award,
you. Thank you.
all of the great stuff that's coming up, the book that's going to be coming out soon, the merch,
Thank you.
the whole nine.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm excited about the merch. So excited. I'm working
Yes.
with Ree K. Broston. Shout out to at Fashionista for the, we're working on the t-shirts, the aprons, the portion control plate, the whole nine. She is the bomb.
Oh, portion control plates. See, I
Mhm.
mean, I eat like this is probably not even healthy, but I eat like once or twice a day. But when I tell you when I eat, do I eat? So that portion control stuff, I ain't really feeling that right now.
Well, it's a trick of the mind because normally, um, I'm all about saving money and couponing and all that. I go to Dollar Tree, buy dinner plates because they're good
Hmm.
quality, for $1. So it's a trick of the mind. If you sit down with a 10-inch dinner plate that's full, it's going to look like a lot of food. But if you sit down with a 6.5-inch or a 7-inch plate that's full of food, your
Hmm.
mind still thinks, oh my God, that's so much food. Well, technically it's not because the plate is smaller.
Mm,
Yeah, so it's all about getting people to change the way they look at food. Not necessarily what they eat,
interesting.
but just the way they look at it.
All right, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna let you have that one
Okay,
because I
it
just
is
pop.
what it
I
is.
just pile it up. I just let pile it right the hell on up. Sure enough. And
Okay,
when
so what's your favorite meal? Real quick, what's your favorite dish?
um,
Or one of your favorites?
I really like eating sushi.
Okay,
Hmm.
sushi and what else?
You mean with that goes with the sushi?
No, it don't have to go with the
Oh, you
sushi.
mean
Just
and something else.
yeah.
Um, I would say anything seafood.
Okay, so if you came over to my house
Hmm.
and I had a buffet of all the
Hmm.
seafood you like,
Hmm.
are you really gonna care if I have 10-inch plate or 7-inch plate right there?
Well, I probably would want the 10-inch plate so I can go ahead and pile it all up. So I could go ahead and pile it all up, and then that's less trips.
You was the best. You was the
Because
best.
other than that, I'm gonna
You're
take.
not gonna let me make my point.
No,
The
because.
point is, if you're eating your favorite, if you go to a restaurant and you order your favorite food,
Hmm.
and they
Hmm.
come out on this plate, and the plate is full of food all the way to the edge, you're not gonna care if it's 7 inches or 10 inches. You're just gonna think, "Good God, I got a lot of food." Your
Yeah.
mind is gonna get you to think that, but yeah, it's all right.
Now
I
when I
digress.
now
Moving
when I
on.
now when I go to the buffets, I whether they got small plates, big plates, I'll get two plates and sit down.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Go ahead and let us know where we can follow you at and all that great stuff. And
All right. Well, everybody. Well, if you don't know, now you know. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok is honestly vegan. Also, I do have another IG page, chef underscore Gina B, which is where if you're not vegan, if you have no desire to be plant based, that's where I post all my other seafood, jerk chicken, curry, all those non plant based recipes. So yeah, just check me out. Head over to the website, honestlyvegan.info. My first cookbook, if you haven't got it, the PDF is there because I will be taking that off of the website in a couple of weeks. So it won't be available.
So y'all go ahead and support and check that out now while you can.
Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And make sure you get you some black diamond gear.
Oh yes, yes. Thank you so much.
Gotta get that black diamond gear. We've moved, and once everything gets settled, I do need to order me some more black diamond T-shirts. Just because I love the way they fit, I love the way they feel. They're comfortable, and
Thank
you
you.
can just, you know me, I'm not a dressy type of girl. I'm more like a tomboy. Give me my tennis shoes, sweatpants, T-shirts,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm good. So they really go with everything.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. So yeah,
You're
next
welcome. You're
time,
welcome.
hopefully we'll be cooking together. Well, you'll be cooking
Yes,
because I ain't.
dude. I'll be cooking. You'll be drinking. We'll have fun.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Have a good night. Talk to you soon.
All right.
All right.
Bye. Peace
Take
and
care.
blessings. Bye.
All right, y'all. So there you have it. That was Miss Honestly Vegan. Love talking to her. Love catching up with her. Thank you so much to everybody out there. People who hung out there. I've seen a couple people pop in and out. Joe Calico, what's going on? How you doing? A Beauty of Words, what's going on? I see Waterboy Ace out there. Thank y'all for coming on through. Appreciate you. Anybody out there on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, D Live, Twitch, definitely do appreciate you. And of course, I have to thank my executive producer, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing me to come out here and give y'all the 411 podcast one more time in life. If you'd like to go ahead and support, go ahead and click that link above all of my social media platforms and check out my book, Volume 1.5 Deliberation Remix Journal. $7.99. You can help support what we got going on here. Thank you so much. So now tomorrow is freestyle sessions. It's been a minute since we had a freestyle session. So if you'd like to speak to me tomorrow, you can just come back and request me live on Instagram or on TikTok. You can also text me at 609-738-0611. And I'll go ahead and pull you up on a phone line. Freestyle session, anything goes. So I'll see you tomorrow, 10 p.m. Thank you so much, Honestly Vegan, for coming through. I appreciate you. And I will see y'all tomorrow at 10 p.m. Take care, y'all. Good night. Good night, y'all.